So recently I decided to start playing a game which I haven't played for a very long time, but when I did play it I replayed it a lot, and that was the original Deus Ex. I'm sure many of you guys are already familiar with the title. In fact, I'm sure many of you have already played it multiple times just like myself. But I recently decided to play through it again, and you'll be happy to know that you'll be able to see me play through it again on my gaming channel soon. And I do have to say that I was very, very impressed with how the game has held up over time. I was expecting there to be a relative degradation in graphics, so because I'm so used to games having particularly good graphics nowadays, I was expecting to turn on Deus Ex only to sort of realise that my memory of it had been somewhat, glamorous. But no, even the graphics of Deus Ex are pretty good for a game that's over 10 years old. And the gameplay still plays very similar to a lot of modern first-person shooters as well. It's a lot simpler, and there are many less special functions. And what I mean by that is there are the game is a lot more standardized and to a degree less polished compared to modern titles. But that being said, it didn't take away from the fun, and more importantly, and this is what Deus Ex is particularly well known for, is that it didn't take away from the atmosphere. And Deus Ex is a game that proves vehemently that the graphics and even the voice acting and some of the other aspects don't necessarily detract from the atmosphere that a game presents to you, and that is very, very impressive. When I say voice acting, you might be thinking that's a bit of an unusual one for me to pick out, but Deus Ex is quite well known for having very bad voice acting, and particularly in the Hong Kong missions, where they really do sort of fail to get the accent right. But I do have to say that even with the game not having particularly great voice acting, and with the character models being somewhat simple, because of course the game is over 10 years old, it doesn't take away from anything. It doesn't take away from the atmosphere, it doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the game, and I enjoyed the game, and I'm enjoying playing the game just as much as I did when I was playing it 10 years ago. And I got to say, that's very impressive that a game can hold itself that well over such a long period of time. I remember when I replay the original, when I replay Morrowind, yeah, it's a great game and I still get loads of enjoyment out of it, but we can't deny the fact that the graphics in Morrowind they haven't aged well, let's just put it that way. Now, of course, with Morrowind you can get mods and community-made mods which do improve the graphics, and they are absolutely outstanding, but Deus Ex doesn't need that kind of involvement. It doesn't need that kind of measures taken to it to increase its longevity, I guess. So I just wanted to make this post today to sort of fill you in on what I'm doing on my gaming channel, and also that it is incredibly impressive that a game like Deus Ex can hold its own so well over a long time. So guys, this question that I like to ask you is, what do you guys consider to be the game that has aged the best? The game that is perhaps over 10 years old, but one that you still like to play, one that you still like to enjoy, and one that doesn't feel like it's aged as much as it has. Of course, mine is Deus Ex, but I'm sure there are many, many, many others out there. So that's about it from me today. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I've been Chris Ware, and you've been awesome. Take care now.